Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, this is Those Guys with your host, Matt Marrero, along with your other host,
Tristan Walter.
And it's really late right now. I don't know when
it's
you may be
super
listening
late.
to this. Ah, fucking hell. No, you have to understand. I filmed a Let's Play today with someone who I'm not going to name yet because this is for Season 3, which will be coming up in the future. We got a lot of new people coming on. And he was making so many puns today. And then I matched his puns because it was just fun. But, it got me so frustrated because then I have puns during the day and then I come to you at night and then there's puns. I'm trying to come home, Tristan. I'm getting punned at. Fuck you. Anyway,
you're taking a punning.
Fuck my life.
I'm going to
anyway,
stop now.
So it's okay. The point is, right, here's the point, right, everybody? The point is that we're doing Dragon Ball Super episodes 53 to 55. And
we're going back
way,
in time.
Okay, we can't do that. We can only go into the future. We can only go into the future and then back to our time.
Not
anyway,
unless you're the villain.
That's true. So we're doing those 3 episodes, and we're recording this very late in real time. I don't know when you might be listening to this. I don't know when I know when we're putting it out, but I don't know if we're going to do the recorded show and say it's at 11:30, or if we're just putting it out. I'm not sure which. I'm really not. What I do know is it's very late right now. It's about 2 in the morning. But Super was good, so there's that.
Yes.
Right? Super was... Now, I have a weird, love-hate relationship with these 3 episodes because shit started picking up around the end, and I was like, oh, okay, so I can't say nothing happened. And heck, we got to learn a lot about, oh, God, I have his name written down. Who is the new Kai again? Zarasu? Is that what it was?
Zamasu,
thank you. Yeah, so we learned a lot about him, but it's just kind of frustrating because, okay, when I first saw him, it was on me. I was the one that was, sitting there being a jerk, okay, yeah, this is clearly, a fusion. That's clearly not, okay, no. Assuming that it was a fusion between a Kai wasn't wrong with me. Once I was like, yes, it's Zamasu. It was no, it doesn't have to just be him. He doesn't have to be a villain, right, a complete villain, or turn into, I don't know. I was the one that was speculating really hard and pushing for it too much in my head, right, when I watched 53. But then as the episode goes along, and then we have 54, and then we have 55, I'm like, guys, I know it's not Dragon Ball Z levels of, stretching out, but it's guys, he's just fucking evil. I get it. You know what it is? You know what it is too, man? It's just having someone like Light Yagami, right? It's kind of this is just Light Yagami times they all deserve to die. I'm waiting for Brad Swale to voice him in the English dub because it's just getting to that point.
Oh God, that would be hysterical.
It would. But anyway, so how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's funny. In a weird way, it kind of reminds me of Star Wars because it's the he's the Kaioshin elect. He's being trained. He's not a Kai yet, basically.
That's
but
true.
He's
That's true.
In training, he's supposed to be soon, and his master, another Kai is trying hard to be no, things will get better over time. You have to realize that there's more to it than just, they suck now, but, there will be a time where, these people or these humanoids will be,
Yes. Oh, by the way, let's talk about a certain translation choice. The reason why humans were used is because you can't say Earthling when you're referring to everyone. Humanoid is very weird to use in every single sentence. And technically, they said over and over, they said Ningen. So it's really weird. I guess Funimation has done something similar, but to be fair, I mean maybe they've worked their way around it through the dubs because usually when they meet aliens, it's Namekians, right? These are Namekians. Oh, these are the people of Zardrot. So maybe they've been able to get. I don't know if they've used Ningen or in the show, or like usually maybe they've only used Earthlings or, you know, people throughout the universe. I don't know. Maybe they found ways to like write it in the script. I can't recall them ever using humans just for people that look humanoid, right? And they'll call Goku a human for obvious, or an Earthling for obvious reasons, right? That's obvious.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're going to do
still
here.
Bothered me.
Yes. But I mean, but it's okay though to call him that. It's very weird when they get to the barbarians and everything. But to be fair, I guess from a Kai's point of view, from a God's point of view, you all aren't us, and I think that's kind of driving that narrative home. Where it's like it's weird to call them all humans because they're all aliens of different kinds. But when you are a God, you know what I mean? You're not going to be like you call us gods, and then you are humans, kami ningen. That's the difference. I assume if it's like something like, what was it, Yokon or something, the one that absorbed energy, I'm assuming he's not a human, you know what I mean? But like Dabura or Dabra, Babidi, even like Boo to a certain degree, I guess, like humanoid looking, right? Like the way they're drawn and the way. But if it's something like, I forgot what his name was. It was Yo something. It was the one that absorbed energy on Babidi. Yakon, thank you.
Yeah.
Yakon or, I can't think of any other larger creatures that they fought. But like Piccolo, right? Even though he's a Namekian, he's humanoid. Right? So, like, of course, if and also another thing, too, I think that's just a weird way to maybe even discriminate, if you will. Like, I'm a god. You're all just this. That's just your category.
Right.
You're beneath us. Which is very... I mean, I know that they all used it to a certain degree, but it makes a lot more sense when you have, the Kaioshin in training who's a jerk using it. But, so here's an interesting question for you. I don't know how it would have happened normally, but do you think that Dark Goku traveling into the past is what caused all of this to happen in the first place?
Ooh. That's
Because we have the Kaioshin, the one that's training Zamasu. He's like, you can't travel to the past because you fuck shit up. He didn't say that verbatim. If you fuck shit up, that's gonna like send some rippling shit, and new worlds will be created because of it. So don't fucking do it.
Right. Well, he even said there are four of the rings, alternate ring. That really fucked with me. I was like, holy shit! Like, so these are the people that fucked up before you. There were at least four.
Well, here's the thing, right? When he said one of them, and there's a new one recently, and I'm like, God damn it, Trunks. I mean, it could be Dark Goku referring to, but one of those four has to be Trunks. Has to fucking be Trunks. Literally, the ring fits, asshole. But anyway.
Well,
so here's
I would have thought of it. It's in their universe, so I would think that somebody from their universe, like Kai's in their universe, did it. Oh God, I wonder if our Kaioshin. He's like, yeah, I got a box of rings too. You don't want to see how many fucking time rings we made. Trunks is just like, I apologize. He's like, it's okay.
No, I love it.
Everything worked out in the end.
They talked to Elder Kai. How many rings are there? We could make a rap video. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, my God. He just, like, opens the door. It's like there's a room, piles of them. He's just like, yeah.
There's a new one. God damn it, Trunks. That's all I ever... God damn it, Trunks. But anyway, but seriously,
he's just
though,
like,
right?
What size are you?
So, but here's the thing, though, right? Think about this. Dark Goku travels back to the past. They have to then see Zamasu. They see him, and because of Goku interacting with him, he's like, fucking humans. And somehow, if the two of them fuse, what I think is going to happen, and I'm a little worried about this, because I'm really fucking worried about this, I'm worried that they're going to meet, and Zamasu's going to be super-duper evil energy, and Goku's going to be like, it's okay to stop him from destroying everything. I'll fuse with him because I'm so good that I'll try to purify him. And, like, that's because of the whole, like, with Majin Buu, right? Where we talked about this. Majin Buu. Yeah. I mean, it's funny, though, because if it happens again, like, if they actually do it on screen.
Feeling...
What?
I would feel like more that he gets tricked into it.
Fair enough.
I really don't think
Goku's
Goku...
just nice enough.
Oh yeah, no, like I get
it's
it,
okay.
but I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know if Goku actually like fucking pulls that, I will have lost all hope for him.
Don't worry about it though, because
you have no brain.
No, but here's the thing. If they're showing it on screen, this time it'll work because the power of the main character of our show. But and hope.
Right.
But clearly in that future it didn't fucking work. Or you're right, he could have been tricked, or I don't know, because like you can't think of Goku being tied up by a guy who he just beat without even technically going full on. Yeah, like it's weird. It's interesting. Now, what I want to say though is that, like, let's say it's not, putting on aside, still just going to the main point, the original point. I do think that there's a chance that Dark Goku kind of started this. Now, again, I don't know what started it originally, and that's the problem with like paradoxes and shit like that. But this idea of like, oh, if you go back to the past, you're going to change shit up. They wouldn't have went to meet Zamasu if Dark Goku hadn't shown up in the past.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's what they're trying to go for here. Like, that started the chain of events.
But then, he only...
Well, again, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how they're going to feel.
Right. I feel like there's got to be a different event that happens, like... Because...
We're not there yet.
No, I know. Like, I'm trying to, like... Because what was his reason for going into the past or into another... Well, I get the feeling I know what his reasoning was for going to another universe.
He took out everything in his own, probably.
Right. Either that, or he went specifically after Goku, seeing, like, you have power.
Well, I need
that.
Yeah. Well, because here's the thing. The King of All is the King of All, right? But from the looks of it, right, while the King of All... Yeah, we'll get to him a little bit later. I fucking love him.
Yeah.
Well, the King of All is the King of All. I don't think he's the King of All timeline. Like, he's the King of All, everything that's happening in the present. And even then, he's not paying much attention. Because literally everybody talks like, hey, so you're going to see... No, because it's just like, oh, you lied to him? Oh, no. Wait, so he can hear this, right?
Yeah.
Like... No, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, clearly he's not paying much attention if he doesn't know about Dark Goku. Oh, and don't tell him about Dark Goku. He should fucking know. He's the King of All.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. Kid's not paying attention. Sleep at the wheel. Anyway.
Like, I love the fact that it's like, at first it didn't, like, I thought, okay, that's a possibility, but, like, like, this episode, it's like that he appeared, and it's like, nah, he's a kid. It's like, oh. All right, we're just gonna put a child at the helm of creation. It's like I mean, get it, like the child, like
remember something.
Yeah.
It's you know what it is, man. It's like one of those things, like with the Immortal Phoenix joke, where it's just like, oh man, what happened to the Immortal Phoenix? It died. It didn't say that the Phoenix was immortal. It just said it could grant immortality. So just because he can create things, it doesn't mean that he's immortal.
Or
you know
that
what I mean?
he can
like,
fix things.
Yes. Well, no, I mean, he technically could, like, it's interesting. I feel like, in a weird way, if they got, like, certain people involved currently, they could probably annihilate Dark Goku. And I'm not talking about, like, Beerus and Whis, although I'm sure Whis could probably fucking do it, which is sad. It's kind of a problem when you introduce characters like that into the universe.
I mean,
which just like
fucking Goku could do it. Goku and Vegeta could do it right now.
Well, no, and they seem like they are going to, right? Because we haven't seen any newer episodes. It seems like they're going to in the next few episodes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain preview that might prove that wrong, but I'll leave that for later.
We'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, because, look, I know it's a certain preview, but, again, a few episodes have aired. We are a little bit behind, right?
Yes,
so we don't know what's going to happen. Yes. Anyway, so...
I get the feeling it's not going to be that easy.
Mm-hmm. No, not easy, but I know
it's never that easy.
Mm-hmm. No, never.
It's like, oh, you guys can beat him.
Yeah.
When has
that...
I
have a question.
Let me think. When has that, screwed us over before? Yeah, Vegeta can totally take second form set. Fuck.
Well, to be fair, that was Vegeta's fault. He's a piece of shit. So I have a question.
Hopefully, Vegeta. Oh God, it's Goku's turn.
Probably. So, who do you think was more annoying, Goku or Zamasu? Like when they met, who do you think was more annoying?
Well, I mean, it's funny. Yeah, you're coming from the Zamasu bothers you, and like I can get that. He basically is. Well, I mean, not that this is a trait specifically for Death Note, but like he's that kind of character, like just like Light, like, oh, I'm the ultimate justice, blah blah blah. If no one else will deliver it, I will.
But here's the thing: it's not about being the ultimate justice, right? Because I don't know, something about Light felt in the middle until he started killing, like he started going after L, started using criminals. Then it was like, dude, you're going a little too far. But it's not the ultimate justice. It's that, like, I don't know, like it's funny. Light had a character like Misa, I guess, but like, I guess because Misa wasn't the main character, it didn't come off as like Light being too much of a dick at first. Eventually, of course, it's like, fuck you, Light. You're being a piece of shit to her.
Yeah.
But although to be fair, she was also a serial killer. So anyway, we're talking about like Goku and Zamasu. Yeah, right. Like, well, let's also put things in perspective. But with Goku and Zamasu, it's weird to me because like you have Goku being somewhat annoying, right? Like very energetic, high energy, kind of annoying. But like you just have Zamasu just like later, and and even in the moment feeling like, oh yes, his arrogance is what is truly evil. And I'm like, fuck you, shut up. You sound like you're 12. Also, if there's any 12-year-old fans listening, thank you for listening. But still, he sounds like, I'm sorry, he doesn't sound like mature at all. Like, and again, that's not like that's a character trait. It's okay. He's a younger guy. He's in training. Right.
Well,
but
the thing is, I feel like
what?
He's taking on the extreme of he's like yes, he is looking at this one-sided. He's like, I've seen other humanoid races, and I'm pretty sure that or other humanoid species. Sorry, his master has seen. He's like, oh, I bet you've seen thousands more. How many more like this do we need to see before? It's like they're not going to change. It's like the scene where he takes him, well, let's look 1,000 years into the future, see if they're any different. They're still beating the shit out of each other. It's like, well, that backfired on me. What? This is only one example? Oh, God, what is that tint in your eyes?
You know what's funny, though? They were still nicer, though. Like, they were beating each other up, but they were, like, more evolved in doing so. Like, in my opinion, they were beating each other up, but they were more evolved in doing so. Like, earlier, they had seemed regressive. Like, they had fire. Like, in other words, they went into the future, but if they had went farther, it probably wouldn't have been what?
I mean, they're still beating the shit out of each other with no remorse.
You could say that about us if you picked the wrong.
Exactly.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is, no, but again, you go farther in the future, or you look at other parts of, like, that's what I'm saying. If you went farther enough into the future, it'd be like, oh, yes, there are some beating each other up over here, but then there's some aren't over here.
I mean, I find it funny because he's looking at it as we're the children. Like, how many thousands of years does it take you to realize stop fucking killing each other? That's not the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know he's looking, like, Zamasu is looking at this through a specific lens and not taking it in as a whole, like his master is trying to tell him, like, there needs to be a balance. You can't have one without the other. And, we are the creators. We're not supposed to destroy. We are there to create and watch and give guidance where we have to or where it's absolutely needed, and whether that's taken or not is the course of, time and space and all of creation, blah, blah, blah. It's like you can't be both. You're the creator.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the God of Destruction's duty to take out who needs to be taken out, I suppose.
Yes.
Or that there is a balance to creation.
Yes.
Even if it's like it's not like vengeance. Like, because Beerus will destroy anyone. Like, it's not a sense of, oh, you don't follow, laws, or you're not just, I'm going to blow you up. It's, I mean, it's kind of more random, sadly.
Yeah.
It seems.
But here's the thing, right? The reason why I guess, like, I'm so annoyed by him, I guess, is just because, like, how, I don't know how, like, I'm trying to think of how to word this without coming off as, saying the same things that I've been saying. Just how far he's taking it, I guess, to the point where it's just
true.
like it's just in a way it just feels nauseating. Which no, I'm sorry, this is what I was thinking of. Right, I have my point again. He makes Frieza look progressive. Like at least Frieza was like because Frieza was like this one race is terrible, and it's like Frieza shut up, and it's just like what they beat each other up all the time. Yes, but you hired them. You're a fucking asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're the company that hired them. What does that mean?
You slaughtered millions more than they have for a good price. Oh, crap.
Yeah, no, right? But when it comes to this guy, it's just like, if you look humanoid, I'm going to kill you. Like, like, dear God.
Yeah.
Like even Frieza just like, whoa. It was just the Saiyans, man. What's wrong with you?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, I know Frieza killed others too, but he killed them as vengeance. That's why he was different than Beerus. He killed them as vengeance,
Frieza
or
just
for money.
Didn't have a respect for life at all.
No, but he was very racist against the Saiyans. Again, putting this out there, like he didn't sit there and go, "Oh, these stupid, pathetic humans." No, he would literally be like, "You stupid Saiyan monkeys." So again, like he had no respect for human life either, but he was still like. And he was a racist. I think it was just even worse.
I mean,
and he was a racist.
Frieza would basically look at everything else as beneath him too.
Yes, but I feel like with Zamasu, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird to just pick on one specific thing though, but to even broaden the search in a weird way. I don't know. For some reason, I'm like. Also, I think it's because of how powerful Zamasu is. I guess because he's a god. Where Frieza is just like a shitty prince.
I mean, I feel like they kind of look at mythology for this because gods, depending on what myths you're looking at, but thinking about like the Greek gods, it's like they weren't exactly the best either. Like a lot of gods they have issues, I suppose would be the easiest way to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not the all-seeing, like all-knowing, like perfect being.
Yeah.
Gods have flaws.
Demigods are there for a reason. Like they're half human.
Right.
But But anywho, so let's talk about. Let me see what I have here. Trunks meeting 18 was beautiful.
Oh God, I don't know how many times I'm going to write poor Trunks in my notes for this entire series, but I feel like I need to keep a tally because I literally felt the goosebumps that I feel Trunks probably had when he saw her walk through the door. I'm like, oh shit.
You've killed everyone I've ever loved, minus like 4 people.
Just sees the cute daughter walking out. It's like, oh, God.
Well, Trunks is like, Krillin, if you did not have a daughter, I would have killed your wife.
I
could
like, see it.
Yeah, no. Marin's like, what's that? I would have killed your mother. Trunks! Sorry, Gohan raised me. My bad.
But I love But I love, like, the fact that 18 is just completely, like, she takes full advantage of the situation. She's like, so you destroyed me in the future, right?
No, because honestly,
okay.
Like, she's
I'll
very...
just have to have you reimburse me for it.
Because remember, she's always talking about the money.
Yeah, no, I know, but, like, she's got this, like, faint, like, it's there, like, not all the way across her face, but it's just like, you got one hell of a shit-eating grin on right now, 18.
Oh, yeah. Well,
she's just like, I'm going to screw with him, just because I know I can.
Yeah.
I know he won't hurt me, because I'm not going to do anything, and I haven't hurt anyone since. I technically didn't hurt anyone in this timeline, really, either. Well, I broke Vegeta's spine once, but, he deserved it.
It's kind of funny.
Of Vegeta.
It's like, you forgot all the people she killed, but she didn't kill as much as Trunks' timeline, to be fair. But she killed people.
Yes, this is true.
Less than 100, but she killed people. That's the DBZ rule. Less than 100, you're basically a hero.
It's just like, how
rule.
many people did your father kill? Touche.
No, it's just beautiful. Just like, you know, I would love it. Just Krillin, just like, come on, she didn't really hurt like that many people. Vegeta, my spine. Want to remind you all about my spine. Never go with my spine. I love when Vegeta's training Trunks later, and it's just like,
yeah,
you know, it's
that
like,
was beautiful.
Who taught you to be a true Saiyan? Gohan.
Fuck you.
There's silence. There's silence.
Well, technically, he would have been like, Gohan was my teacher. He wasn't a true Saiyan, now was he? Oh, shit.
Vegeta's just fucking pissed. Bulma, remind me to punch Gohan. I'll put it in the planner.
Oh, God.
Fucking 3
He's
days
working
later.
at his desk one day. Vegeta just walks into his house and decks him. Oh, God, what the hell?
Pan smiles, and she's like chuckling, and she fucking slaps Vegeta across the fucking face.
Yeah, oh, God. That would be great.
Pan versus Vegeta would be the best fight ever. Because, like, Vegeta's like, I don't think I should kill a child, but I have the urge to kill a child.
At the same time, she started it.
Yeah, no. Vegeta, she started it, she hit me. And then she whispered in my ear that I was poopy. Do you understand the shame? I was a Saiyan prince, and now I'm poopy. Anyway, this took a weird turn.
She's just like, your blue form is shit. Oh, I'm a killer.
No, it's no, just the fucking things, the horrible things that baby would whisper in your ear that could speak. Anyway, apparently babies are assholes from what I've heard. But anyway, yeah, I wasn't okay. So talking about 53, right? I was a fan of when Trunks met 18. I was like, oh shit. Wasn't a big fan of the part with Mai, right? Not until I wasn't a big fan of it until Trunks cock-blocked himself from the future, which, by the way, is the best sentence ever. That is the best sentence. I never thought I would utter it, and I'm like, Trunks cock-blocked himself from the future. I mean, it is a sentence that is factually. Remember, Tristan, this is canon.
Yeah.
Right? This is canon. Trunks cock-blocked himself from the future.
But Matt, how could you not love Matchmaker Pilaf? It's like he's the new host of The Bachelor. Or I suppose the Bachelorette in this case. I don't know.
It's the Bachelorette. Yes, you're right. Well, it's interesting. God. I mean, it could be either way. Because he was trying to set up Mai, it's technically the Bachelorette. Yes, but it's funny because it's like she's setting him up with all different Trunkses. So
yeah, like Shu and him look at each other and they're like, well, the younger one technically is the same person. It's like, well, I guess that would work. It's like, no, they are not the same person, but they are. So shut up.
Yeah, right? Anyway,
he's from an alternate timeline. It's like, no, I will not be silenced. My mad rage cannot be silenced.
What I think was, well, I thought that was funny. What might be the funniest thing in the episode, which is hard because the Trunks 18 thing was great, Goku's analysis of Zamasu. It's just like, it's like Dark Goku's ki, just with less me. Like, no shit, Sherlock.
Just with less darkness.
Like, no, because it feels like, right? It feels like everyone's there like, oh, is it going to be Zamasu? Like, guys, you felt his ki from Dark Goku. But it's different now. Yes, this is the past. That was the future. How do you think things are going to progress? Well, we don't know. We're leaving. Are you fucking... I know you have to go fight Dark Goku, but it just felt so weird to me, this idea that, like, it feels just like him, but it's not. But it's so close, but it's off. It's like, yes, because it is him from the current timeline. You guys should probably keep tabs on him.
Well, I mean, they even said, like, we technically, we don't have we don't have evidence on him saying that, yeah, and he hasn't technically done anything yet, so...
Mm-mm. This isn't a Jiro thing. I'm not saying we go kill the guy. You know what I mean? I'm not saying...
I say we blow up his fucking lab now. It's like, well, He hasn't killed anyone technically yet. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, Bulma's just like, are you shitting me right now?
No, I kind of get that, right? Like, I'm not saying we kill Zamasu, right? But what I'm saying is, if Whis and Beerus, people who have been to other universes are like, honestly, out of all the universes, that guy kind of fits. You fucking look into that more than just, well, I mean, we had a nice meeting. See, are there all the rings there? Perfect. Maybe they won't be there in the future. Oh, just fun time humor. See you. No! Let's make sure we look into that further.
Well, now, gang, let's split up and look for clues.
Basically. Like, like just...
Beerus and Whis, you take the downstairs. Vegeta and Goku will take the second floor. Oh,
and
God.
Beerus, you and me go over here. Because he's Scooby-Doo. Beerus is Scooby-Doo.
Yes, I get it.
Animal. Good, I'm happy you fucking got it. Anyway, so we move on to episode 50. We move on to episode 54. I normally like seeing training montages, like the shorter ones, not like 5-episode DBZ ones. I usually like seeing short training montages. But Trunks' image training was kind of to me. Like, it didn't really resonate with me. Although Mai's image training was pretty funny. I thought that was funny.
Dude, Trunks fucking... Let me just put this in... I'm sorry, but, like, this struck a chord with me. Like, let me put this in perspective. He's imagining fighting Dark Goku, and he starts bleeding. Like, only a little bit.
I know.
On his face. Like, he got cut. But, like, holy shit.
I thought you were going to say...
that hard. That's fucking scary. That scares me.
I know. I thought you were going to say, even in his mind he loses. It's like, oh, come on, man. You got to believe in yourself more.
I mean, that too, but...
I'm fighting Dark Goku in my mind, and I lost. Aw, it's okay, buddy.
Jesus Christ, I'm getting my ass kicked.
By me?
Yeah.
But yeah, that must be rough. I'm sorry about that.
There were... two other things I wanted to say quick about the other episode. At the beginning, when they're flying through dimensions, I suppose, he's like, if you keep leaning on me, I swear to God, I swear to me, I will push you out into space and time, and you will turn to dust. He's like, oh, Beerus, don't say scary stuff like that. It's like, Beerus really has been reduced to comic relief at these points. Like, no one is fucking afraid of him anymore. It's like, I could kill you in an instant. Yeah, I know you won't, though. Smacks him on the back, like, you fucking asshole.
I like it. The reason why I like it is, but here's why, is because it shows you, because I understand where you're coming from, but I like it because it's like, hey, let's remind everyone, he's still the god of destruction. Like, don't think that he can't do that, because he can.
Right.
He's not, because he's chill now, but he can.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of getting buddy-buddy with everybody now. Like, not really, but like, yeah. Oh, and the other thing was, Goku, you cocky motherfucker. Like, Beerus said to Zamasu, oh, don't hold back or he'll kill you. Not on purpose, but accidentally. Like, you need to take this fight seriously. All right, let's go. Super Saiyan 2. You sack it. Like, I get it. Like, don't go God mode on his ass, but, like, cocky motherfucker.
Well, guess what? It worked, so was he really cocky? Although it does show you, in my opinion, and I don't know if this is considered canon or not, this is just like fan canon or us just assuming, but clearly when it comes to like Goku, Vegeta, and potentially other fighters too, their old power levels for their forms rise when they do, clearly. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Rise when they...
Yeah.
No, like it has to. Because there's no way that Super Saiyan 2 that could beat Cell is going to beat this god. I know he's in training, but that seems a little weird to me when they're in another universe and they're like, man, this god's really powerful. And a Super Saiyan 2, like basically he would be at a standstill with Cell. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I don't know. That seems weird to me. So I wonder if when they train even harder at different levels or just overall, their versions of Super Saiyan 1 and 2 get more powerful with them. I didn't really notice that in Dragon Ball Z because we never really had the opportunity to see it, right? But now that we have Super here, I'm sorry.
I would argue that the Cell games, you kind of saw that with Goku because he trained in Super Saiyan to be able to hold that and build upon it, kind of thing.
Well, yes. No. Well, that's obvious. What I mean is that at this point, you can see that their base power changes their transformation levels when they change. In other words, like Goku in his normal fighting ability, without transforming, could potentially beat Frieza now. Like a normal, obviously not Resurrection F Gold Frieza, but I mean his
he was
normal
toe-to-toe
form
with
now.
Final Form, normal Frieza, yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
He hadn't even transformed. Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. So, when he transforms, even to Super Saiyan 1, it'll be stronger than it was, when he first transformed, which obviously sounds...
Right.
Yeah, which sounds normal, because it's oh, no, but he's refined it. But not refining, actually, because you can say, oh, yeah, he fights better. But it's not fighting better. It's your actual power level growing because, Saiyan, near death, yada, yada. Training, yada, yada. All that shit. But, anyway... So, what do I have here in my notes? Oh, yeah, so what I was also trying to get at with Zamasu, I think, is, the whole, how it's kind of being all in our face. It's just the idea that it feels like to me that it's a bit too obvious, but it's not popping up for anyone else, right, on their radar. So that's the thing. We can see, you and I and the fans, of all ages.
Right.
I know this is a kid's show, obviously, but all the fans can see that this is all coming together. The pieces are all lining up. But they can't see it yet. And I think that's what's really frustrating about a weekly show like this, right? It's nothing against them. It's just it's a weekly show. So it's frustrating that we can see the pieces coming together very quickly. And it's not even like a manga that's weekly. It's, it's a weekly television show. So, I don't know, it feels like it's just being drawn out in that regard.
To be fair, they only, I get it, his ki feels very similar. That should kind of be the tipping point right there, but at the same time, like you said, they're not seeing everything we are. They haven't seen the back and forth that him and his master have seen. They're only just meeting him for the first time and sizing him up. Well, I mean, he doesn't seem that bad. It's he didn't talk that much either. If they had started a conversation with him about, different humanoids throughout his universe, then maybe they'd be yeah, I think we got our guy, guys.
Very true, very true. Yeah, no, I know they haven't seen everything. That's why I said, it's not popping up for them. They can't see it. But it just sucks because, again, that goes back to my argument of, keep some tabs on the guy. But anyway.
Right.
I want to mention that. Yeah, please.
Oh, all right. I was just going to say, I love how through Zamasu and his master, I love how they're trying to show it, his kind of tainted personality, I guess, or his tainted feelings kind of through, tea ceremonies. I just personally find that really cool.
Same. It's very enjoyable to see because it's a nice calming way of having it happen, something that I really don't see often, but it makes sense in a way.
And I mean, it's also a nice nod to just Japanese culture, and it's, in its own right,
that's
too.
What I think I like. That's what I think I like. Even though it's in space, it's still a Japanese culture thing. It's very, I mean, I enjoyed seeing it. No matter how much Lucas likes Asian culture, we don't really see that. We didn't see that in episode 3. So it would have made it. I have to say this, though. A nice Dragon Ball moment. Very boring episode 3 moment. Your tea leaves. Well,
oh, God.
Anakin, you were my friend. The tea leaves, Anakin.
Oh, God.
I made them horrible on purpose.
That's what it feels like to me for, Zamasu and his master. It feels like Master and Apprentice. It feels like Star Wars. I know, his master sees what's going on. He's I know he's kind of unbalanced, but I really want to try and help him. There is good in him. He is my pupil. I want to see it through with him, and hopefully he turns out for the better. I have to put my hope in that, my teaching, and hopefully he'll get the idea that, things will turn out okay in the end. It's he doesn't want to admit, my pupil's fucked up. And not even just out of a I fucked up perspective, just out of I don't want his life to go to shit because of this. Please see the light kind of thing. He's hopefully I can help him before it gets out of hand. I like that dynamic. Yeah, it's rough.
I want to say that even though it was so short, and maybe I'm probably a jerk here, so I'm going to say at least out of all the shorter fights that we've seen, Vegeta versus Trunks is one of the best. And it was so short. Like, I don't know why I'm saying. Like, the thing is, I just really enjoyed. I know why I'm saying this because I think I really enjoyed that how smart Trunks was, right, and how he was trying to fight. And again, it was very short, so I really shouldn't be gushing about it that much. But just how he sat there and he went to Super Saiyan, what seems to be 1.5. That's what the fans have called it. And I think even the video games called it that. Budokai may have. No, they may have called Budokai, I believe they called it 1.5 because it's how large it makes you, but you're not a full Super Saiyan 2 yet. Because that's when you're the complete package, right? So Trunks goes Super Saiyan 1.5, and you're like, oh, God, like, he has to do that because he thinks that's what he has to do. Right? But then all of a sudden it's like, no, he's just using that to fuck with Vegeta. And I was like, oh, wow, that's smart. That's actually really smart. Good job.
Yeah, that's the thing about Trunks. He's been fighting enemies that have been so much more powerful than him for, I mean, technically this is twice now, but like he fought the androids when he was younger. He's fighting Dark Goku now. Both enemies are incredibly more powerful than he is. He has to fight smart, Yeah. And that's, I mean, I guess you could argue Frieza and the Ginyu Force, but Vegeta was always, he fought smart, but in the end, he always did rely, no, I'm going to be the strongest in the end, kind of thing. I might have to die a few times to get there, but I'm going to be the one with the power, holding the power at the end.
Yeah. So, honestly, I was really happy to see him do that for the first time. And then when Vegeta was like, "Let's try and hit me," and you didn't do it. And then all of a sudden he did, and he's like, "My lesson was supposed to be that I was going to stand victorious. Damn you."
Yeah.
And then runs away.
I laughed so hard. Because as he said the line, if you land a single hit on me, I'm like, if you land a single hit on me, I went, I'll take you to the park. And it goes, you win. I'm like, shit.
Oh, I love it. Just, if you land a single hit, I'll take you to the park. Yay, in my timeline, the androids destroyed the park. Yay! Time with Dad. Right?
Literally, I would have loved it.
Little Trunks? No, Little Trunks. Yeah. Can I spend time with Dad, too? No, he's my dad.
Oh, God.
But straight Dad.
Funny.
Your dad's dead. And then he runs away. Yay, I'm with my new dad.
Future Trunks technically wouldn't have known that because it wasn't him training with Vegeta at that time. I would have just laughed if Trunks had finished off the line you'll take me to the park. He's like, how the fuck did you know? Oh. But it doesn't make sense. He wouldn't think that way because that's not the right Trunks. He can't.
Your joke doesn't work. Ha.
I know.
Your joke doesn't work. I wonder if Ted is strong enough to defeat the androids in Trunks' timeline.
Oh, dear God.
You want to know something really funny? All jokes aside, though, we've confirmed that the androids in Trunks' timeline were weaker than the androids that were in the main timeline. So in a way, you could have someone like Goten just go into the future I'm going to kill all of you.
Oh, God.
They're like, what? He's just like, just lay down. We'll make this easier.
They send back young Trunks instead. It's like,
that would be hilarious.
Is that the kid? It's like, oh God, it is. Why is he so much younger? Oh God, why is he winning?
Why is he Super Saiyan? Good God, this is horrible.
Though to be fair, I would say
to the future would just be the fucking funniest thing in the world.
Yeah. I don't think they would have the fighting experience, technically, to pull it off alone, I would argue.
But here's the thing, man. You send Gotenks to the future, all they have to do is send out ghosts and then the androids explode.
Well, yes. That's why I said Gotenks, yes, because it's a fusion, so,
Yeah.
Power level is already, everything else is out the window at that point.
Yeah. By the way, I want to mention, I love the pecking order in Dragon Ball because there's always someone scared of someone else in power. which sounds like a problem, but it's funny in this context. Always.
Oh, God.
Because you have a situation where it's just like King Kai is just like, oh, no, not these Kais, right? And then you always see like someone, but they always treat the, like, it's usually in some way or another, even if it's in the nicest way possible, someone treats Goku like shit, right? Who is in power like a Kai or, a Kai or a higher Kai or God Beerus. Or like Frieza, but then Frieza was even scared of, like, God of Destruction, Beerus, right? So someone's always treating Goku like shit, but there's always someone higher than him. It's just funny when you meet, like, Beerus, God of Destruction, you're like, okay, cool, so we've done it. We've met the highest thing that we can find. It's like, oh, no, there's the king of all. That Beerus, the Beerus just like, oh, my God, not the king of all. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
That, like, even in meeting God of Destruction, Beerus, we now have the King of All to put things in perspective. And King of All is hilarious, which I think we're there now. We can talk about it now. King of All wants to meet Goku, and Beerus is like, I'm not going to be the one to bring you.
Yeah.
It's not going to be pinned on me.
He just gets the call through Whis' staff. He's like, we're busy, call back later. It's the King of All. Holy shit! And he bows through the fucking table. I nearly fell out of my chair. Not even phased, just like forgets it's there and immediately bows and smashes his head through the table. Oh, that was so beautiful.
I think what I love the most is I love just King of All and Goku interacting. Like, that was the funniest thing, because everyone tried to, like, explain what Goku was trying to say, or they were just offended by Goku, and every time King of All was like, I offend you. Like, just this little child that understands that, like, look, I want to be a kid, but I know my place. Again, pecking order. I know that I am the King of All, but I want to be a child, and, Goku's so fun, so I want to be his friend. I want to be a kid with him. I think you might need to be adult. I think you might need to go away. Otherwise, you're going to go away. Go away.
Yeah.
Of course.
I love, like his two guards. They're like, it's like, how dare you say that? I will obliterate you. Oh, God!
That is the funniest thing. I love it so much. And I love it, too. It's just like, what do you want to be called, Goku? Yeah, poor Kaiyoshi. He fucking had a heart attack. Yes,
Jesus Christ. Dude, he fucking collapsed. Like, I was like, oh, God, he fucking killed him. He didn't even hit him, and he just died of. You made a demigod, I suppose, a godlike figure basically die of a heart attack. Goku, what the fuck? Stop!
I think that's the funniest scene of the entire show, and that's hard to do. That's very hard to do in a show like this with Goku. Oh, the scene the part of that meeting though, where I laughed, I think the hardest I've laughed at the show. That's really hard because we had Goku Kool-Aid Man, right? We had Goku, punch me so I can leave. Whoa. We had that scene. We had Goku Kool-Aid Man jumping through the fucking door. Like, oh yeah. I'm sorry, the wall, my bad, yes. Yeah. But then we have the scene where it's just, if you push this button, then I will always appear. Pushes it on the spot. Yeah. That doesn't make sense because I'm right here.
I honestly thought out of his mouth he was just going to look up and be like, you fucking dumbass, I'm right here. Either that or just be like, you fucking smartass.
No, he just pushes the button right there. Would they say the fuck on your planet as well?
Is that appropriate for here? Because I feel like it is.
No, it's great. No, it's just terrible. Because it's like,
just like he looks up at him. It's like, you better be happy I have a sense of humor, bitch.
I have to say though, and that's King of All saying that, not you. What I want to say though, and this I find hilarious. I'm sorry, I don't find this hilarious. I found that scene hilarious. But what I find cute about it, the cutest thing I think I find is, because I thought it was going to be not as cute. I thought it was going to be, if you push this button, you'll show up at my house. But no, he literally gave him a button that said, if you push this button, I'll show up at your house. Like, I am King of All, yet I will appear before you if you push the button. I'm like, wow. Because you think it's the reverse. Yeah.
I honestly feel like that's some deep shit. Like, if Goku presses that button, it's basically Goku admitting, like, fuck, I can't do this.
No, not that. No. I didn't think of it like that. I meant like more so
all
because
right. That's how
it's a
I
playful atmosphere. No, it's a playful atmosphere. Because remember, he wants to hang out with it. So it's like, no. Because here's the thing. I mean, look, it's like this, right? You're like 8, and then your friend is 8, and your friend is fucking rich, and you're still you, Tristan, and your friend is rich, and your friend literally says, if you call me,
buddy.
I'll show up to your house. No problem, bud.
Yeah.
So if you call your friend, he'll show up to your house. Your rich friend, like, he's so, like, nice because he's so young. I mean, I know he's not 8 in, like, he might be 8 in their years, quote unquote, you know, in like God of all years. But really, he's millennia old at this point. But still,
and just
the point is
flies
his
private jet to your backyard and be like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" It's like,
that's what I'm trying to fucking say. Like, he's so, like, he's the God of all. And he's like, no, I'll show up to your rinky-dink little Earth because I want to be your friend and hang out with you. That's adorable, man. Because you think, like, oh, no, show up at my place. I have all the cool shit to do. Don't worry. He's like, no, I'll show up where you are because I want to hang out with you. I'm like, that's so nice. Because here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
He can't push the button for, like, I need you to take care of this for me. Because even though God of all will, and I understand your point, the problem is that, I mean, it's funny. Goku would go against what anyone ever tells him ever. So he probably would do that just to say, I need your help. But normally, it kind of would be a problem if you brought the God of all into a fight. Because, again, it's just like you always have that button. So I like that they introduced it more in like a let's hang out kind of way. Because Goku would never want to push the button for that kind of like, oh, no, I need someone to beat up Dark Goku. Because then again, why wouldn't you always do it? He's your best friend. It's like, no, that's not what Goku's about. So, but I'm still really happy that Supreme Kai. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm still really happy that Supreme Kai and Kibito aren't in the same body. I'm really happy about that. Like, it's nice
it was
to
cool,
see them
but it's like, it's nice to see them in their own bodies again.
Yes. If none of this show, if literally none of this show like deleted GT from existence, that did, because I know Kibito Kai was in GT.
Yes, I believe so.
So if none of this show. If Super Saiyan God Blue, Goku God Blue 2 Blue God didn't completely wipe out GT from existence, I'm thinking Kibito Kai got split was like the one too many. Like, I think that GT's not canon. I don't know if GT's canon anymore. I don't know. I mean, Goku met the God of all, but Kibito Kai was there, so I don't know. No, I'm kidding. He was split up at that point.
I love it that...
Anyway.
Old Kai is basically saying, oh, please, dear us, please watch your attitude. It's like, why does everyone think, like, I'm going to fuck up? It's like, am I really that rude? All three in unison at perfect timing. Yes, you do.
I was happy, though. Well, he was rude. I was happy that he understood, like, I shouldn't be that bad. So, like, even though he fucked up little bits here and there, he wasn't, like, challenging every single person to a fight.
Yeah. Oh, well, I love that.
My God.
I love how he tries to, like, he straightens up and he tries to speak without, like, that kind of slang that he has. Like, he tries to speak, like, formally. And it's just, like, a few words, he gets it right, and then a few others are like, no, you still didn't. God damn it. It's like, all right, you get a C+, you tried.
that priest, he was sassy.
Oh,
he was like, oh, so you consider that formal wear? It's like, yeah, and I consider myself to have fucked your mom. What about it? Like, seriously.
Really?
Like,
I didn't feel like it was like that. I thought he was like,
first time...
in your feeling, like, yes, that is formal wear. It's like, that is your gi. That's what you are a fighter. That's your honor, basically, kind of thing.
Okay, like the first time, it didn't seem that bad. But I guess seeing it again, because I always play them in the background when we do our podcasts, I'm like, oh, wow, that's some sass there, buddy.
All right.
Like, it's just, oh, so you consider that formal wear. Oh, all right. You're coming to be the god of everything, but that's all. That's all you're doing. That's who you're meeting, but, whatever. You consider that formal wear, okay. We have Whis, we have me, a priest, we have, Supreme Kai, and then you're in a fucking gi, whatever, man. You do your thing, If I was being the god of all, I wouldn't be in the gi. I mean, I'm not you, so I'm clearly not you. So it's okay.
Or
I'm kidding. I'm just really...
yeah, no, I get it. Like, even when they brought Goku to, scope out Zamasu, like, in that, it felt like he wasn't holding back, and then later on in the rest of the episodes, they're like, no, dumbass, stop it. Like, it felt like it felt like Whis and Beerus were mommy and daddy, and they're trying to keep their child, Goku, like, in check. Like, I mean, for fuck's sake, Beerus even grabs him by the ear or the cheek and, like, no, and throws him into the sky. He's like, oh, why you gotta do that? It's like, because you're misbehaving.
I loved it. It was mid-conversation, too, and nobody flinched, but Zamasu was like, is this really happening right now? Is this something that's going on right now? You're
talking to a god, motherfucker. Is this like, does he do this with everyone? Yeah, he kind of does.
By the way, so I have a question for you. When Goku said he's coming back with a friend, did you think of the same friend that I thought of? Or did you actually think he had anyone planned, or no?
Well, I thought he did, but then when they came back, he's like, oh, I just thought of it to say because it was the only thing I could think, so he'd let me go. It's like, fucking idiot! Like, you can't lie to him, damn it! He can hear everything.
No, but here's the thing.
Apparently not, because he's not here now. So you shut up.
No, but here's the thing, though. So, but who was your first thought, though, or did you not have a thought? Were you just like, oh, he's gonna bring someone?
My immediate thought was Vegeta for whatever silly reason, and then I thought afterwards it would be Beerus. But now that like you actually ask me, I'm not really sure who he has in mind.
Those are my second and third thoughts. My first thought, and I don't know why, my first immediate thought was he's gonna bring Chaozu. I don't know why. Because he seems the most fun. Either Chaozu or Puar. Like, they seem the most fun.
Oh, you know what?
What?
When you say it that way, that makes me think that he would bring Pan.
Oh, my God. If he brings Pan, Pan's going to slap the shit out of All, and All's going to be like, that's adorable.
And
one more time, and I'll destroy your galaxy.
But I love you.
That's adorable.
You're adorable.
Yeah. But that would be cute. I don't know if they're going to all agree to that. Like, I'm going to bring Pan. Let's not and say we did.
Gohan's just like, I don't know how I feel about that. He will destroy everything if I don't. Oh, God, you just see, like, Vidal's like, you know what? If it's to save the universe, I'm okay with it. Gohan immediately steps up and just his mother comes out in him. And he's like, not my baby, no! I don't care if the rest of the universe explodes. I will not put my child in danger. Goku's
literally,
like, oh, shit, that rubbed off on you, did it?
Oh, okay. No, because I was going to say, like, imagine, like, we just have Chi-Chi freaking out, and Gohan's just like, no, Mom, I'm not the one going. She goes, I'm not talking about you. The second they're old enough, she just stops giving a shit.
Oh, yeah, that
like,
actually,
I
can see that happening more, yeah.
Yeah, it's Pan. It's like,
She is my grandchild, damn it, and you're not taking her anywhere.
Because I swear to God, at this point, with some of the villains that, like, they had as a kid, like Gohan had as a kid, like Garlic Jr., it's hilarious. It's like, you can't take him away because, like, he's a study and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, and he's not even, like, trained that well, right? Pan doesn't need training. Pan could probably take out Garlic Jr. like that. Like, Pan's badass.
And he's immortal.
I'm sorry. Pan versus Dr. Wheelo? Oh, man.
Well,
Pan would destroy him for fun. Pan would get inside there and not realize there's a brain in the cockpit.
Oh, I was going to say, honestly, all you need to do is smash the giant glass jar for a face, and you've kind of won, but whatever.
And that's Pan. She smashes glass jars all the time. Usually there's peas and carrots for babies. This time there's a human brain. Whichever.
Oh, God.
Whichever, man.
I'd love it if Adele just, like, it's like, oh, I don't need to buy baby food. Why is that? Well, Pan just kind of mashes everything into oblivion that I put in front of her anyway, so.
I would love it if at one point the conversation between Zamasu and his master is just, your tea, it's gone bad. But, sir, but sir,
no, literally.
No,
your tea is trying to kill me.
No, God damn it, fuck you. This isn't a Super Sentai episode. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, the tea has gotten bad. But, sir, I've been so kind, and I made it with such heart and justice. Oh, I know. It's shit tea. It's shit tea. Smiles and walks away.
This time you did use the wrong leaves.
This time your tea was, in fact, shit. Work on making tea.
It was pure. It was pure evil, but you reused the wrong fucking leaves.
I love that, too. Oh, no, the tea is still pure evil. You're also just bad at making tea.
I love how he did say that to him, though. He's like, it's a bit bitter this time. It's like, oh, it must be the leaves. Really? Is it really the leaves? Yes, it must be.
Yeah. It isn't your shit-eating grin? Isn't any of that? It's the tea? No, because seriously, that fucking grin that he had is he's talking about being fucking, the one that destroys evil and the arrogance of Son Goku. I'm like, wow, you're an asshole.
Well, it's funny because, I don't know, well, maybe you don't like him because he feels like Anakin, but he kind of feels like Anakin in a way to me because he's like, we're supposed to be, creators and gods and watching over and, making sure the world goes in a decent direction. It's like we're just sitting here, is your answer of justice sitting here and just watching it happen? He's like, just watching and laying back is just letting it happen. You're just as bad as them. It's a sin.
Look, man, I'll say this much, all right? If you really want to push this that hard, I don't know why you're saying it like you like Anakin, but if you really want to push this that hard, I'll say this much, okay? I'm happy that there's no shitty love story. In that way, it's better.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I swear to God, though, the next fucking few episodes, we meet a female lover, I'm going to be fucking furious. Who's a fucking princess. I'm going to rage against the machine. I'm going to go nuts.
The other Kaioshin-elect is a female Kai, and he's just like, she's so much better than you.
No, it wouldn't be. No, that would be fun. No, she won't be a Kaioshin-elect. She'll just be a princess who they can't get together because the Kaioshin-elects can't get married.
Because he's a god and she's not. Oh, God, that would really screw with them. It's like, oh, God, I love a humanoid. What is wrong with me?
I must kill them all to...
That would just mind shatter him.
So, I have to say, right? I think I said this earlier. So it felt like it was slow in that regard, where it's kind of like we see, more of him, when really, in my opinion, upon first meeting him, the way he spoke about Goku was like, yeah, you're just evil. Like, even though I'm happy we got development, it just felt like I said, it was a little bit overbearing. But even though that was there, and we had, Trunks training a bit, and it felt like that was stretched out, at the same time, by the end of the third episode, 55, that we're talking about now, they were in the future. And I'm like, oh, shit, like, we're here. I was like, that was quicker than I imagined, actually. So I guess I'm happy about that, right? Like, it's like, oh, I guess I'm happy. I mean, I wanted the next episode, but I guess I'm happy. I can't complain anymore. Like, I wanted to complain, and then I just couldn't.
Yeah.
But
you had even said it's like at least it felt you were like, oh, it's faster than Z still, I guess.
Yeah, very true. It just sucks though because apparently the army people lived, which is weird because I'm like, what future did you go back to? It looked like the only one that was left was Mai, but whatever. No, I thought that was pretty much confirmed. It was the only person that was left was Mai, but apparently there's an army, and they're like, that's Dark Goku, and it's like, no, it's not.
Oh, yeah, that was hysterical. I'm like, I didn't like, I didn't automatically assume this would happen, but now that it's happening, yeah.
Well, because here's the thing. No, but here's the thing. I didn't assume it would happen because it seemed like the only ones that were left were Trunks, Trunks' mom, and
right.
And Mai. And then Mai
but Matt,
died, but clearly she's fine.
They must have been hiding in the super secret Satan, Mr. Satan Saves the World bunker underground.
Probably. I just assumed, I know like you said it as a joke, but I'm being completely legitimate. He would have something that would cost that much money. But the thing is,
I don't know if he would have lived in that timeline.
Yeah. You know what's sad? He probably is the person that challenged the androids. He probably fucking challenged the androids to a fight. And he died a horrible quick death.
I mean, that was, yeah, he did try and take on Cell. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He was probably like,
I'm going to take care of these tin cans. I mean, they're basically just microwaves.
And literally, I feel like we had Android 17 punch him so hard around the world, he came back around to get backhanded by 18. Like,
funny,
because
I was imagining them, I would imagine them, like, lighting his afro on fire first, like, just with an energy blast, or, like, searing it off. And then killing him. I don't know why.
Because even when Hercule challenges to fight androids that are from the future, ready to destroy all of mankind, you're like, no, they would write in they would make him the comedic relief as he's dying.
Or like, I feel like they would shoot like a laser through his hair, and there's just a giant hole in it, and he would shit himself and try and run, and then they'd be like, oh, now you're not being any fun anymore, and then they would fucking finish him.
My God. If only Pan was there. She would have killed them all.
Plot twist. Pan is the new god of destruction. Oh, man.
Well, I mean, think about it, right? Sometimes babies, they pet pets too hard. They pat them too hard. If she pats Beerus that hard, she might be the new god of destruction. It could happen.
Speaking of him, I love the fact when they come back, when Whis and Goku come back, he's just like, oh yeah, we had a great time, with All-Chan. And he just fucking, you broke him. Like, you know how a computer blue screens? You did that to the god of destruction. You made him blue screen.
You blue screened my cat. Why did you blue screen my cat?
He just falls over onto his head and just stays there.
My God.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
I almost feel sorry for him.
Oh, what? But he'd also, he's destroyed planets, so, that's hard.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And apparently, Mai might still be alive. Well, I mean, we saw the twitching,
that was...
I left her dead corpse right here.
Moved.
Fuck, where did what? No, but just Trunks' reaction,
She walked away, didn't she? Didn't she get up?
I don't believe so.
And run away?
No.
Yes, she did.
I think we only
saw her run away. Didn't we?
Well, maybe. I don't...
It's been a while. I'm pretty sure we saw her get up. Not just switch. Because remember, we jumped to the future once before Dark Goku, either before Dark Goku came back, or he got brought back to the future, and then we saw it again. And then she was actually, up and at him. And I said to you, I wish they would have kept the mystery there more.
Okay.
I think that's what happened. Either way, though, she's clearly alive. Clearly.
But I just love Trunks' reaction, oh, no. It's it's bad enough we have Dark Goku. Do we have a zombie apocalypse on our hands now?
Thank you. I was just about to make the joke. And the dead will rise. She might just be alive. Also, Trunks, we have Dragon Balls. The dead usually, arise a lot. True.
And he's just not in my timeline. Oh.
Yeah, that sucks. He didn't grow up with Dragon Balls.
One big reveal that we also forgot, speaking of Dragon Balls, the God of Destruction and the Kai of that universe are tied. So the Creator and the Destroyer are tied like Kami and Piccolo used to be. If one is destroyed, the other is.
Yes. Which
I don't know why.
I can't believe we almost didn't forget that.
Yeah.
That is so great to think about.
That fucking blew my mind more than it should have.
Yeah. Especially because Beerus is a lot stronger than the Kai.
Yeah.
So like, in a way, it's kind of like, Kais, you really got to get your shit together.
And I loved it how, like Beerus was, like, strict with he's like, oh, and of course, make sure nothing happens to Kaiosha. And he's like, oh, of course. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, because if he dies, the other one does. It's like, oh. So does that mean that Beerus would have to come to his aid, if anything? Where the fuck was he with Boo?
He was probably sleeping. No, he had been sleeping for a while, remember? He was woken up way after Boo. He was sleeping. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that would have sucked. He would have died in his sleep. I mean, there are, worse ways to go, but still, like, I feel like as the god of destruction, he would have been pissed. Like, really? I went during a nap?
Either Whis would have showed up or Whis would have time traveled some shit together. If he had to.
Probably. But just, like, remembering, his fight with Boo, I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
It's like, that would have been bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to wrap some things up here. I want to thank you all for listening in. Because I was going to say if there's anything you want to say before we wrap things up, but it sounds like you've said it.
Yeah,
right?
I think we're good.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So again, thank you all for joining us for another Anna Saturday episode. I want to mention that, of course, we have our merchandise on our main website, thoseguysontherradio.tumblr.com/merchandise. You get our merchandise for our Those Guys on the Radio stuff and our Those Guys Play stuff. Those Guys Radio stuff, podcasts, you can find through, obviously you're listening to one right now, so hey, thanks, you found one of them. But you could also listen to us through our main website, which I already mentioned, our Facebook, which is /ThoseGuysOnTheRadio, our Twitter, which is @ThoseGuysRadio, and our Instagram, which is /ThoseGuysOnTheRadio, as well as our iTunes by searching up Those Guys, or you can find us on YouTube, find our older archive stuff on there by searching up Those Guys on the Radio. Now, Those Guys Play stuff, which, by the way, by the time this comes out, we should have had a live stream finishing up Season 2 of Those Guys Play with a brand new episode at the end of it. If that did not happen, then damn it. But that should have happened, and everything should be going off without a hitch. So check that out on our Those Guys Play YouTube channel by searching up Those Guys Play. Also, by the way, so we have Those Guys Play YouTube channel, we have Those Guys on the Radio YouTube channel. On Those Guys Play YouTube channel, not only are we finishing up Season 2, but also we have Matt Beats Games from His Childhood, I being Matt, currently beating games from my childhood, currently beating Mega Man X, and we'll be continuing that sooner rather than later. And also, of course, we continue nearly any game that we've played during Season 1 or Season 2. So definitely, keep on looking in to see if we've continued any more games, right? Currently, I mean, we've played a lot of Animal Crossing. Not you and I, Tristan, but myself and Anthony Toto played a lot of Animal Crossing. More than I thought I'd ever play, especially on camera. But it happened. It did. It's happening. So we also have our TG Productions YouTube channel, which you can find by searching up TG Productions. And on there, we have a few different funny little skits. We have TG News, which is nerd news with a fun, joking twist. And, of course, we have motivational movies. I say Mighty Morphin movies. Like, wait, what? No. Motivational movies, where we take clips of Shia LaBeouf from his 30-minute rant, and we put them to public domain films like Night of the Living Dead and Debbie Does Dallas, and Sherlock Holmes, and we have a few more coming up. A lot of fun stuff coming along the way. And, of course, we have our Patreon, which you can find by searching up TG Productions on Patreon. And with our Patreon, there's a lot of cool things you can do. First off, any donation, right? Any donation at all, any donation is appreciated, regardless of how small, right? It helps us be us, and we thank you for that. But depending on what tier you do donate to, you can either tell us what's a podcast on, right? It could be a movie, it could be a television show, a video game, it could be a concept, whatever you want us to podcast on. If you donate to that tier, you can tell us what to podcast on. You can tell us what video game to play. And that's the two things you could do depending on the tier. Or you could be a sponsor for the podcast or the Let's Plays or the TG Nerd News Show. So what happens there is we'll give you a shout-out on the show and say, hey, so-and-so's our sponsor. So if you would like that, that's also on another tier that you can do as well. Or, right, we're bringing a manga called Give My Regards to Blackjack to the U.S., so you could definitely secure yourself a copy of that, volumes 1 or 2, either physically or digital. Or you could secure yourself a T-shirt from the manga, or you could secure yourself a poster from the manga. Now, any questions you have about us, the manga, our podcasts or Let's Plays, definitely go on our Patreon and look at our FAQ section, or look at the descriptions that we have about each, section of us, right, of those guys on the radio. I mean, we've done over 500 hours of content on Those Guys on the Radio podcast. We've also done more than 300 episodes at this point. We're getting closer to 400, Tristan.
Holy shit!
I know. We're getting close to 400. And, we've been Let's Playing for 2 years. We currently have 2 seasons down. Third one is currently being filmed, and it's on the way starting in most likely February. And, and of course we have our fun Halloween specials coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that jazz. So a lot of fun stuff coming up, basically. That's the goal, a lot of fun stuff. So thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a nice night or day, depending on when you're listening to this. And that's pretty much it. So we're done here. Thank you for being on this journey, Tristan, at this time of night. Because it's 3:15 in the morning, good God. So thank you all, and say good night, Tristan.
Good night, everybody. Dat Pink.
What?
You heard me.
What?
Preview!
Oh, right. Yeah, it was purple, but yeah.